Welcome back to the Lady J podcast. I'm your host, Lady J, and here we believe live music matters. I am a lover of music. I've been a full-time gigging musician for the last 2 decades, and I firmly believe that there is nothing like being in the room with people making the music that moves you. Anywhere in the world where Christmas is celebrated, it is also celebrated with Christmas music. Our guest today loves Christmas music almost as much as I do. We are joined by our dear friend, Mikey Reed, who was here for our very first episode, in episode 1, to talk about what it's like to be a great band member. And he is back today to discuss what it's like to make music during the Christmas season. Mikey is a bassist and a pianist and a guitarist and a very busy guy. So we're really grateful that he found time in his schedule to come and have a chat with us today. We are talking about our favorite Christmas songs. We are talking about what it's like to have gigs during the month of December, tips and tricks as to how to stay healthy and happy when you're going out and gigging, sometimes multiple times a day. And we are definitely going to have an argument as to what the best Christmas song is. At the end of it, we're going to play one of our favorites together. So stick around. You don't want to miss any of this. Welcome back to the Lady J podcast. Today we have our first repeat guest. Mr. Mikey Reed is back for a special Christmas edition. Ooh. For those of you who are only listening to the podcast on audio, you can't see how cute Mikey and I look, but we look super cute in our Christmas gear. Mikey's got on I thought it was golfing Santa.
No, he's on
surfing?
He's on a surfboard with a kangaroo.
Yep, a surfboard kangaroo Santa thing going on, and I am wearing a borrowed Santa t-shirt. I still don't have my own nice t-shirts, Santa t-shirt and my cute little reindeer antlers. So you should just go watch on YouTube, see how cute we are. And welcome, Mikey.
Thank you for having me back. I was pleasantly surprised to get the call.
So Mikey was, of course, here for our first episode, and he was talking about all things about being a band member, and he considers himself Mr. Christmas. So I love Christmas music. I love Mikey. Who better to do our Christmas episode with?
This is now December, so we can talk about Christmas.
Exactly. So that's a very good question. So do you have a certain date for you that Christmas season starts in terms of Christmas music?
Yes.
Which is?
Midnight on November the 30th, going into December the 1st. That's when I would play the first Christmas song at home.
That's very strict.
My birthday is November the 30th.
Okay. So you have to conclude your birthday.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like my birthday is, here we go. My birthday is the official start of Christmas. That's that for me, because when you have a birthday on November the 30th as a kid growing up and everyone's already got their trees up, sure. It's like having your birthday on the 2nd of January. Nobody's ever available to go because they're already wrecked from New Year's Eve.
Okay.
As a kid, Christmas started. My parents used to get the tree out on the night of my birthday, so I'd wake up on December the 1st and the tree would be up, and that was it for me.
That's sweet. That's sweet. But they would put it up without you.
Well, quite rightly so. I mean, we're talking, I was this big, I could only reach halfway up and it would have been a mess. My parents, lovely people, both of them, they like things neat. So I think if me and my brother had been playing with the tree, it would have been carnage in the bottom 2-3 branches and then very neat from half the way up. But
see, I decorate the tree with my kids, and that is exactly how it is. They only decorate the bottom 3 feet. But I also, have these tendencies. So after they go to bed, I just move everything.
So you really do decorate it without
them? I decorate it without. I will putz at that tree and move things around we had weeks.
So many Christmas rituals, like Christmas in the UK, especially in the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s was such a magical time.
Yeah.
We're talking pre-internet when the TV adverts would start around about the 20th. And it was always, I always talk about the Coca-Cola advert, the famous one, right? The holidays are coming, holidays are coming.
I don't know that one.
No.
So for those of you who don't know, I grew up in Canada. Mikey
without
grew
internet
up in
or television,
without
apparently.
internet or television. hand crank TV.
Yeah, Dark Ages.
No, Dark Ages. No, Mikey grew up in the UK, and we have many things in common about Christmas, but there are a few things where we really have a different lived experience. So obviously the ads.
So it used to be like, it was this huge thing, and they would talk about it in the newspaper for like a week before it happened. It was like the official start of Christmas was the Coca-Cola advert with the trucks. The holidays are coming, and
I'm shaking my head. I have no idea.
I'm going to have to show you this advert.
Okay.
But it would be like, they would literally say, okay, it's going to be shown at 7:30 on national TV. And it would be this big thing. Everyone would sit down, and it would be the start of Christmas, and the Christmas tunes would start, and the TV stations would change their logos. So all of a sudden, all the Christmas logos would appear.
Okay.
So you'd have like the BBC One or the BBC Two, and it would be wrapped in tinsel, but only after the Coca-Cola advert had aired.
I need you to find me a link to this, and we'll link it in the video.
It's very cool. But it was the start of that, and then after the Coca-Cola advert, everything else followed. So you had the Toys R Us and all of that stuff, and it was, I mean, we're going back to the late 80s, early 90s, when we still kind of had white Christmases in England.
Okay.
And all of that magical fairy tale Christmas stuff that you see in the movies that doesn't happen now, that was like being a kid. I'm 40 now, and I still feel that like magical burst of Christmas energy. Like, I'm a big nerd when it comes to Christmas. I wear a Christmas hat. I mean, we've known each other for 10 years.
Yeah.
November 30th to about January the 31st, Christmas hat every day, Christmas shirts. I love it. I've even got Christmas socks on, which I don't know if you can see in the camera.
Can you get your foot up there? Okay.
I've got Santa. Can't stretch like I could when I was 20.
All right. So, well, and as you see, like, obviously Mikey still feels really magical about Christmas. I do too. It's definitely my favorite holiday. We also start playing Christmas music on December 1st, but it is only because my somewhat grinchy Grinch of a husband only allows it to start December 1st. Because if it were me, it would be the day after Halloween. I would be like, Halloween music for the month of October, then November 1st. Let's get it going. You know why? Because there's such a huge volume of Christmas music that I feel like I need to listen to it for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're in it. I'm excited. I'm having a good time. And of course, as we're talking about all this Christmas music, that also means Christmas gigs. So, of course, here we're talking about live music and what it means to be a gigging musician. And everywhere around the world, you got more gigs in the month of December than at other times of the year if you're in a Christmas celebrating country. And even though the UAE is not a Christian country, there are many Christians here, huge percentage of the population. So Christmas is definitely celebrated. You go to the malls, there are Christmas trees up everywhere, there's Christmas music playing, and there are Christmas gigs going around. So you're always busy in December.
Busy.
Yeah. What's the most gigs that you've done in the month of December?
Ooh, funny,
you have a very high record.
I think I've done like 34 or 35 in December. Like, there was a couple of years ago, I was doubling up most days.
Yeah.
Like, I've got way up there. Like, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I was doing 3 gigs on a Saturday.
Oh, Saturday,
Christmas. It's crazy. I'd have to look, but I think somewhere like 30, 35, 36 maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I think the most
maybe
we've done is 29. So in 31 days. Not too shabby.
Pretty good.
You're pretty wrecked by the time January
normally by the
1st
time we get to
rolls
New
around.
Year's Eve, I mean, I've done 4 or 5 New Year's Eves in a row with you, and normally by the time we get to New Year's Eve, so excited in the rehearsals, and then we come to do the gig, I can't talk anymore,
That's Mikey.
Almost every year it happens.
Every year.
I
don't know if I can sing.
I can't sing. I'm not sure I can sing Summer of '69 tonight. I'm so sorry. I think we're okay with that one. We can let it pass. But yeah, Christmas is a big thing, and because I do a Christmas show, both solo and with the bands, I do tend to get a lot of extra work because I love the music, because I love Christmas songs, and I love the season, and I'm not ashamed at 40 years old to put on the shirts and the hats and go out and basically be a clown.
Jolly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I do tend to get hired a lot for that stuff.
You do. So, I mean, I think that's an important thing. How, aside from the music, obviously the songs are different, but what else is different about a gig in the month of December, which we'll call Christmas gigs the whole month?
I mean, are we speaking specifically in Dubai, or are we?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the
That's
first
our
thing you'll notice
experience.
is it's the major drop of temperature. Like, there's a lot of changes in the physicality of doing the gig. I mean, obviously, you're doing it with a lot less sleep because the gigs are more consistent. You're doing a lot more work. The temperature drops dramatically, so everybody gets sick, exhibits A and B.
Yeah, we're both ill.
We're both, apologies for the amount of snot you're hearing today. But I think everybody's kind of around Christmas time. There's a little bit more pressure from the venues. Everyone's feeling the twinge because, especially once the kids stop school, there's a mass influx of tourism as well.
Right.
So the already semi-overcrowded Dubai becomes just insane. Like, I mean, I worked at the Madinat for 4 years around Christmas time for the Christmas markets, and you have to get there like 3 hours before your gig. Otherwise, you aren't getting a parking space.
Right.
I mean, I actually started taking taxis because it was easier than parking. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't drive a small car, but still, you're not going to get in.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit more preparation. Obviously you need to prepare the Christmas songs. So some of your regular stuff in your set gets a bit rusty because certainly in my case, the vast majority of my set is Christmas songs. Yeah, it's just a lot.
It's interesting you mentioned that the places get busier because I find there's a drop at the beginning of December sometimes. Because here in Dubai we have a longer school holiday than this year. We have 4 weeks off, whereas like in the UK and Canada where I grew up, they only have 2. So our Mikey has a primary school age child as we do, and so they will be done school December 5th and be off for a month. So people who travel, unlike us who are here for the duration, but people who travel often kind of leave. So there's a bit of a dip at the beginning that it feels emptier. And then, as you said, when the tourists go on holiday.
Like a false sense of security. Like, we're musicians, we all work incredibly hard around that season. There's a lot of pressure to do more gigs because there's more venues than there are musicians. So a lot of us end up doubling and sometimes tripling up to kind of fill the demand from the venues, which is great for us.
I think that's a good point too. I think there are also venues who don't usually have live music who then during the Christmas season will want it. Like they're especially on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Christmas brunch is a huge thing here. So any kind of like mid to fancy restaurant is going to have to do something special on the 25th for brunch. So sort of in that 1 to 4 o'clock time slot. And many of them who have live music other days of the week will want it then. For instance, for us, our regular Sunday brunch, we will also be doing their Christmas brunch and adding 2 other musicians just for Christmas Day. So Beach Bar and Grill at One and Only Hotel in the Marina. Come and join us on Christmas. Santa comes down the beach on a camel. That'll be really exciting. And if you do want to come, absolutely get in there because they are already about 75% sold for their spaces. It's a huge thing. But if not there, there are other gigs going around places that don't usually have live music who will decide
and I think
to
there's
have
also,
somebody in.
Following on, there's venues that do have live music that double down and have twice as much as well.
Right. Yeah.
So you end up with venues having 2 sittings for things. You end up with, and often they'll just ask the artist, "Oh, can you double up? Can you do an extra set? Can you
Of course I can.
Yeah.
Can sing all day.
Exactly.
So what does that look like, given that we both have kids for whom like the magic of Christmas and magic of Santa Claus still very much alive? How do you handle that in your house when you have to be gone at about 11 o'clock on Christmas morning?
I mean, that's something obviously in my particular situation. We've talked about this. I'm divorced and my ex-wife and I were still friendly enough and civil enough. And she's very kind enough to invite me around on Christmas morning. So
Amazing.
Christmas morning for me is always incredibly chaotic because normally I've played until past midnight on Christmas Eve. I race home. I get maybe 4 hours sleep, 3 hours sleep, because I have to be at her house at 5 before he wakes up, or 6 maybe.
Okay.
I think last year I got till 6 and it was a blessing. I remember being at her house and he was still fast asleep and I could make a coffee. So I'm there for Christmas morning and you know, I'm there in the living room as part of Santa's surprise. Daddy's there. And, you know, he comes through and we do the presents and everything. And then, you know, by the time she's starting to prep the dinner and everything, that's when I leave to go to work. And it's normally about, like you say, 11 o'clock. So I get the best part of the morning with him. I get that initial excitement as he comes through the door. Same like we were talking about traditions that we did as children that we've brought on. There's one thing that I do that I'm really, really strict about on Christmas Eve, which is was something my parents did for me, which if you are children and watching this,
yes,
turn away now.
Turn away.
Flick away for 5 minutes.
This is a Santa spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Coming.
But for me as children, one of the best things about Christmas was Christmas Eve, where Santa would fly, as Santa was on his way to Australia to deliver the presents to the children, he would fly over my house and he would drop off the stocking. I'm
shaking my head. This is so, okay.
This was the level of awesomeness that my parents went to kind of sell the Santa thing. So, you know, we didn't realize as children, my dad would just magically go outside to have a cigarette and he'd be outside and having a cigarette and we'd hear the bells as Rudolph would fly over the top. And me and my brother, as, you know, 5, 6 years old, we'd race to the back door and the stockings would be on the back door. I'd be like, oh my God, Santa's, you know, he's dropped off the stockings. And Dad would sneak around the front of the house, come through the front door. But Dad, did you see him? Oh yeah, I saw him fly over. You missed him. It was so fast. And it was all that just selling that magic. You know, you asked me why I'm crazy about Christmas. It's this shit. And we'd then go to bed with the empty stockings. We'd wake up in the morning. The stockings would be on our feet and full. Santa had been in the night and filled them. How amazing is that? I do that with my son. Like, you know, obviously we live in an apartment now, but Santa will always, Daddy will go around for a cup of coffee on Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
And as I arrive, I'll slip the stocking on the door. He won't see that. And then at some point, he'll go to the bedroom or whatever, and I've got my little bells that I ring, and he'll come racing through, and Santa's delivered the stocking. I mean, he doesn't notice when he looks up the corridor of the apartment block he lives in. Nobody else has got their stockings delivered, but he has.
I guess he's the only one who's been good.
Well, I mean, if you ask him, he will tell you that.
Right.
I'm the only one that's been good this year, Daddy. But, you know, I think, I mean, this is, you know, we were talking about this a few days ago, the very sad reality that our children are growing up. I mean, your benefit that you have a younger one.
Yeah.
But mine's an only child. And I think he's 8 now. So this could be the last real year of it before there's questions. I mean, obviously we live in a multicultural society here. And there's a lot of kids at school who don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Who seem to take a lot of joy in telling him that it's all shit. To which is something that, you know, it's going to happen when you're in a multicultural society. And, you know, as much as it's why even more why I push the oversell a little bit.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
So, you know, as he's growing up, this is probably going to be the last year of it.
No,
it's
too soon.
It is too soon. I mean, I admit I probably believed a little bit longer than I should have done. But again, like with your two, I had a younger brother.
Right.
So for my younger brother, my parents kept hammering down that it was still, you know.
Oh yeah, I think our two, who 5 and will be 8 on Christmas. Yeah, I'm gonna squeeze a few more years out of it. See, it's very different. I know you said that you have some time before your son has questions, because my oldest has many, many questions. He has for many years. Like driving to school in December is rapid fire. Yeah, but how does Santa bring the stockings? But how does Santa, what do reindeers eat? How do they fly? How come the reindeer that I've seen at the zoo don't fly? How does he land? If we live in an apartment, how is he going to come down? We don't have a chimney. What about that? What about the kids at school who don't celebrate? What about, I'm like driving into a wall while this is like rapid fire. Yeah,
I'm actually surprised. Maybe just mine's just dumb, but he's never asked.
He's just accepting.
He's just,
I don't have that.
He just kind of, I love the fact that he just accepts it without really questioning it.
That's cool, man. Just go with the flow.
That's the one time I'm like, yes, well done, child. You don't ask any questions on this. We're good.
Yeah. I think that's awesome that you're still keeping your family traditions alive, even though it requires a lot more planning, that you're in 2 separate houses, you know?
I mean, it has its challenges, but that's, you know, that's what we signed up for.
So what are the traditions that you've developed as a Dubai family that you didn't grow up with, like not having a white Christmas,
Can I say getting pissed with you on Boxing Day every year? Is that we do that every year? It's Janelle's Christmas party is the social event of my entire year.
Of the calendar.
It honestly is every year since I started working with you, we have a Christmas party with
post-Christmas.
Yeah, it's normally post-Christmas because we're all exhausted, we're all knackered. And, the guys that work together in the music room in 15, 16, last year, actually, we had some new members to the family as well, which was really nice. We had a few extra people here, which was awesome. Yeah. And we just have a really wonderful family Christmas with my Dubai family, which for me is, about as close to the real thing as I can get here.
And that for us is really important. Like Felix grew up with a big family group, aunts and uncles and cousins and surrounded. And I didn't. So family was only ever my mom and dad and us kids. And but it was still really important to have Christmas dinner, turkey dinner on the table. And so for our kids, I wanted to have that, but it also felt somewhat ridiculous to be like eating a massive turkey when there's only the four of us. And so it felt like, and I think we're all kind of in that situation. We all have, small families or just couples even sometimes. And I thought, well, this is silly. Like, let's just eat turkey together. Yeah. So our house has become the annual Christmas house, and it's certainly something that our kids,
official party hub of
Christmas party hub, and it's something too that our kids really know that they can count on, and that's their tradition that they'll look forward to. Like, when is it family Christmas, which for them is all their honorary aunts and uncles. Having Christmas traditions is important. Making Christmas traditions is important. In terms of music and gigs, do you have anything that you do that feels like a tradition on Christmas Day in terms of the gig?
I mean, of course, for me, it's all about the music. I mean, that's why we're here. That's what we're talking about. For me, it's all about the preparation of playing those songs. And it's, like an advent calendar, you're building up to something, right? And Christmas Day is the pinnacle of all the Christmas songs. It's when, you can play them on the 2nd, 3rd of December, whatever, and people will roll their eyes and go, no, it's not Christmas yet. And you get that, and you get it less and less as you get to Christmas. And Christmas is like the official party day for these songs. Like, that's when you go in on stage, and certainly, because I normally play the British gigs on Christmas, and we're all a bit nuts when it comes to this stuff. Like, the British Christmas songs is such a huge part of our culture. We talked about the British traditions, things we used to do as a family. We'd sit down on Christmas Eve, and we'd watch the Top of the Pops countdown. Right. To the Christmas #1, which was a huge deal, because if you get a Christmas #1 in the UK in the 80s and 90s, you're done for life. You're set.
So for those of us who did not grow up with that, this is very foreign concept of the Christmas #1. So is the Christmas #1 a Christmas song?
Should be. It hasn't always been.
Okay, so what are some examples of Christmas #1s?
What, you mean the ones that should have that were amazing Christmas, like Christmas songs, or as
any?
So I mean, you've got obviously the big ones that you go into the 70s. You've got Slade, you've got Wizard, you've got
what are the
Pogues is obviously a personal favorite.
What are the titles of the songs?
Oh, sorry, we've got Merry Christmas, Everyone.
Okay,
Happy Christmas, War Is Over, the John Lennon one that everybody knows. Paul McCartney did one, which was Wonderful Christmas Time. You've got Slade is Merry Christmas, Everyone. Shakin' Stevens is Happy Christmas, Everyone. Wizard is I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Cliff Richards had 3 Christmas #1s because he is Cliffmas. He had Mistletoe and Wine. He had Saviour's Day. He had The Millennium Prayer.
Okay, like most of these I've never heard.
You've heard the best one. Fairy Tale of New York. The best Christmas song ever.
We're going to edit that out. No.
So good that I actually did a re-recording of it, which will now be played during the video.
It's not going to be played during the video. Yes. So Fairy Tale of New York is, I think, the biggest, loudest annual argument that we have. Because to me, I did not grow up with this song. It's Fairy Tale of New York. It's by the Pogues. And it is in only very teeniest flash a Christmas song. There is one line where Christmas is mentioned, and otherwise the song is just this kind of semi-depressing dirge of someone sitting in a jail cell,
singing
about how his life is rubbish. It is not the spirit
it's
of the
it's
season.
an interesting thing.
And
kind
British
of
people love it.
the
by the
tale
way.
of real life. You've got two people that don't get along, that have had a thing and now they don't anymore, and he's a drunk and she's whatever. She's this beautiful girl just walking around New York City, and just for Christmas they get it together. You know,
Is that what it's about?
kind of.
I
Yeah.
don't. Okay.
Like she hates him, but they end up dancing, and it's all Christmassy, and
It's not. It's
the snow is falling
not
around.
Christmassy. No.
I admit it's not, but it was a Christmas number one, therefore has established itself for life as a Christmas song. There's another one by Krista Berg. I need to play you that one at some time, called A Spaceman Came Traveling.
Oh, why was it? Because Krista Berg has a Driving Home for Christmas, isn't that
No,
one?
that's Chris Rea. And
No, she's okay. No, Krista Berg. A spaceman came traveling. Not Christmas.
it's not Christmas at all. But the melody, for some reason, has established itself with Christmas. And when I hear that melody, I go there. I go to the 80s in my head, and I can see myself walking around Manchester Arndale Centre, and it was, I can see the Christmas trees, and I can hear that melody. It's
Okay, well, this is testament to the power of music and its ability to touch you and certainly cause you to reminisce, in a very specific way, hearing the song and it takes you back there. But this, to me, this whole tradition is like completely bonkers. British people love these songs and they request these songs, and we don't know them. So before coming out to this part of the world, like now almost 20 years ago, for me, Christmas songs were uniquely the American ones, mostly from movies in the 30s and 40s. So
Rudolph's and Frosty.
yeah, Burl Ives and Gene Autry, Here Comes Santa Claus, and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and all those ones which are basically jazz standards a lot of the time. And only that. There would have been, I know the John Lennon one and the Paul McCartney one that you've mentioned, and of course, good old Mariah.
Oh, of course, we didn't even mention Mariah. Thank goodness. But Last Christmas, Wham.
Last Christmas, sure.
Yeah, and Shakin' Stevens. The snow is falling.
Blank face.
All
Yes.
around
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
That's Merry Christmas, everyone.
Okay.
There's more than you think.
There's a
and
handful, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. And for me, then when we started working together, and I was assuming that you would know Sleigh Ride and, Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all these, you'd heard some of them, but there were other ones where you were like completely blank.
I remember Frosty the Snowman being one that I was like,
Really?
yeah, Frosty the Snowman. We didn't have that.
Did you not watch a Frosty movie?
No.
Oh my God. There's going to be so many links in the bottom of this episode.
Because this is the British thing is such a big deal to us. Any great band has had a pop at a Christmas song at some time. I mean, there's a Bon Jovi Christmas song, there's a Queen Christmas song, they're everywhere. Everyone's had a stab at it. And if you get that number one in England, you've cemented for life. And I think when were the Spice Girls? 96?
Mid-90s, yeah.
Yeah, pre-95, 96. The Christmas number one was a huge deal. And then it started to get a bit X Factor.
Okay.
It became about getting the X Factor guy to the Christmas number one.
Sure.
Which kind of ruined it. There's still a few along the way. Ed Sheeran and Elton John had a go last year.
Yeah, theirs is good.
Live Aid has been Christmas number one like 3 times, I think 4 times.
You bring up a good point that a lot of recording artists do a Christmas album. And I think that's one of the things that I love so much about Christmas music is it's sort of this summit of cover songs, right? Because even original artists will do a cover and want to do their version of these standards. And it's one of the things I love, like, Gwen Stefani's got a Christmas album. Let's see what she does with these songs that have been sung and have been recorded a million times. And what are you going to do?
The big surprise for me was CeeLo Green's. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was good. There were some good ones.
Even Eric Clapton has a Christmas album, which is mostly crap. There's one very, very good version of White Christmas on it, but everything else is just, what are you doing, Eric?
Okay.
Even Lady J has a Christmas song.
I do. I have an original Christmas song, but we Felix and I have had plans for years to do a full album of Christmas covers. Any minute now, we'll get around to
I'm
that.
up for it.
We decided to start a podcast this year instead. What's your album, your underground surprise Christmas album? Like, what's one that you've listened to and has just so much good stuff on it?
I mean, obviously,
If you say Michael Bublé,
no,
I'm going to be really
no,
disappointed.
That's the Bublé one for me is too much like the American traditional stuff, right? I like them when they do a little bit off field with it. So Twisted Sister did an incredible Christmas album. If you're a rock fan, Twisted Christmas is one of the greatest, most hilarious Christmas albums
I
you'll
love
ever
it.
hear. Like, you don't expect Twisted Sister. They're this ridiculous hair band from the 80s.
Yeah.
And they're out there playing sleigh bells and jingle bells and 12 Days of Christmas. And it's just hilarious. It's kind of bad, but it's bad in a really funny, good way.
Okay. I love that.
CeeLo Green did an excellent Christmas album. There's just his Christmas album was awesome. Like his version of White Christmas.
White Christmas. Yeah.
Stunning.
Great. Yep. Okay. Twisted Sister. I love
Twisted
that.
Sister.
Michael Bublé's great, but as you said, he's. I don't really find he's done anything super special or different with the Christmas songs. He's just sort of reinvigorated the spirit of Tony Bennett and Frank Sinatra.
It's like remastering the Sinatra records, right? That's fundamentally what they're doing. They're re-recording them with the modern today sounding technology,
Yeah.
but
sometimes it's exactly the same arrangement.
The arrangements are still the same. Yeah. And I love Bublé. He's got a great voice. I mean, we all get a bit warm and fuzzy inside when you hear it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And we all just get warm and happy, and you want the mince pies and the warm wine and your big winter coat on, walking around in the snow.
He's the Michael Bublé Christmas is so inoffensive. You know, it can kind of be played anywhere, but you definitely will not put it on at a Christmas party of musicians. No, you got to have more cred.
Although when Michael Bublé decides to re-record The Fairy Tale of New York, I'm all for that.
Barf. I'm making my barf face over here. He's Canadian. He would never. He would never.
He's going to re-record it with Ryan Reynolds this year. I'm pretty sure it's coming out. What a Christmas team up that would be.
Please don't. Yeah, we're taking little breaks here to cough and blow our noses and try to avoid dying. Christmas season, as you said, the weather changes here in Dubai, which is great because it's finally not hot and everybody wants to go outside and sit on patios, and that's lovely, which also means too that then the band are expected to move outside and play outside on the patio, which can be cold or can be seaside or whatever that comes along with that. And that combined with anywhere from 20 to 100 gigs that you're doing in the month, how do you keep going and stay somewhat healthy?
Well, I think it's worth pointing out at this point as well that, you know, people, when you say to people around Christmas time in Dubai, oh, it's 20 degrees, 25 degrees, like, what? That's not cold. But you have to remember in Dubai, it's 45 for most of the year. So when it drops, it's a 20-degree drop. And if you think about that, for example, in the UK, if it drops from an average temperature of 10, it means it's minus 10. Right. That's how cold we feel. I mean, last year I was doing some gigs. I played some desert gig, like I was out playing campsite in the desert,
cold.
And it was, I had a bobble hat on, I had a big scarf on, my coat over the top, and then I'm trying to play with all these layers. I'm trying to play a double bass, and my fingers are frozen solid. So I think in terms of prep, it's always having Lemsip in your bag, always having Lemsips, making sure you drink hot tea a lot. And I know this sounds ridiculous because it's 30 degrees, but we're drinking tea. Room temperature water.
Yeah.
Knowing that, I mean, the biggest piece of advice that both you and Carrie, who was your guest last week, gave me was know when is enough. Know when it's okay to say, I'm doing too much, I'm going to walk away from this one, which is a lesson I've never learned. And that's why I always end up.
Well, you're 40 now.
I'm 40 now.
Maybe you'll finally get it this decade.
I'm going to have to get it now. I'm 40. Because I can't do it like I could when I was 25 when we met, you know. And I think it's everything we talked about in terms of preparation on the last episode I was on. It's little things like, you know, it's going to be busier on the roads. So make sure there's fuel in your car the night before so that you're not having to fuel up on your way to the gig because there's going to be traffic. make sure that you have a jacket in your car because it is going to get cold, even if it might not seem it when you get home.
Right.
The minute that sun drops, the temperature drops with it. Instruments, making sure you always have spare strings because you're playing outside. Your strings tend to die a lot quicker in the humidity.
Yeah.
And then when they die, they tend to break a lot easier. More a problem for guitarists and bass players, but the bass tends to lose its shine a little bit. Just basically remembering as well, like all the shops are going to be lower on equipment because everybody's buying it for Christmas. So making sure you have enough good spare cables, spare everything. And then obviously it's the other stuff that's thrown in with the general stuff that you have to keep up for when you're in the busy season, keeping yourself fit and healthy.
Yeah.
Sleeping as regularly as you can, eating within reason as healthily as you can. I mean, I'm going to eat 250,000 mince pies between my birthday and January, but that's okay.
You're not exactly Mr. Salad.
I no story ever started with this one time I was eating a salad. It's just not fun. Sorry, not going to happen.
You don't make friends with salad.
Exactly, you know, and just basically taking the work seriously. I think that's the most important thing and pacing yourself. Like, you've got busy days, you know when to take the rest. And it's that self-regulation.
I think that's an important part of having to take care of yourself because it can be a challenge in a season where it feels like everybody's on holiday and everybody's off school and everybody's partying all the time. And we still will get those invites to join people at their holiday parties, and really having to be strict with yourself and say, and say no.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a little bit easier in our friends group because we are all musicians. So there is an ability to say, I'll see you in January.
Also,
when we're done the
as
season.
we've all gotten older, we've all learned how to regulate. I mean, we were talking before, like, I don't drink anymore. I don't party anymore. I don't go out anymore. So naturally, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more boring. And I tend to, stay at home. I mean, again, it's always super important to make time for your family. Like, for me, making time for my son, I have to be really rigid with the time I get with him every single day, because at the end of the day, what's he going to remember when he's my age? Is he going to remember that dad was there or dad wasn't around Christmas? Like, he knows I'm busy. He knows I'm a musician. He gets it. He's lived it his entire life. But having that, I hope he knows that I make the effort to be with him every day.
Right.
Like, that's the most important part of my every day, is seeing him.
Right. Yeah. Do you do anything special with him, like, once the season is over?
I mean, I try and do as much as I can while we have the season, because I'm, as you've probably established in the last, if you're still watching, if you haven't checked out after I said Fairy Tale of New York was the best Christmas song ever, if you're still watching, you've probably established by now that I'm a big Christmas nerd.
Right.
So, and his mom obviously knows that, so she will kind of lean to let me do a lot of the Christmas stuff with him because I get so excited myself. So we obviously take our kids together to the expo thing. And then when Christmas is done, and this year's an interesting one because Ramadan is early. It's the 18th of February.
Yeah.
So we will see how that affects the season, if we continue playing through Ramadan as we have the past few years, or if they're going to stop us from playing.
Right.
So you don't really get a breather until round about St. Patrick's Day is when you start to feel the work drop off. 17th of March, you do that, and then it's low season.
Yeah.
And that's then when it's like, okay, now I'll take my holidays. Now I'll find some time.
True. Yeah. So as we have said, Mikey, you are very, very busy during this month. So I won't ask you for a rundown of gigs, but instead I know you're good about posting them online. So where can people find you online so that they can come see you?
Instagram is bassman.dxb is the main handle. This year, I don't think there's any Big Mouth gigs happening because I'm completely working most of the time with this other group or various other groups. So bassman.dxb is the main place on Instagram. If you do want to check out the Christmas stuff that I always post,
yes,
because every year there is a Christmas cover of some kind or Christmas song, it is YouTube at Big Mouth Dubai.
Big Mouth Dubai, all together.
All one word, all lowercase, but there's always a Christmas thing every year on there.
So your version of Fairy Tale of New York.
My version of Fairy Tale of New York is on there. My one and only original song, which is a Christmas tune written with the incredible Mr. Joe Bashurin. Your husband played guitar on it. The whole gang. Big Mouth Christmas is on there. I think last year or the year before, I did a Christmas collaboration with a female group called the Moxies, who were like a vocal group. And at the time, I was showcasing some of the other bands that I played with. So there was Hot Rodney, there was the Mirrors, there was Swing Kings, there was Big Mouth, all featured in the same video. Then last year, we did the promo for Last Christmas, and there were 2 Jingle Bell Rock. Yeah, with our wonderful children, which is a great watch. And then there's also, this year, I am featured in the iService Any Car advert, which you will find on the radio. You probably already heard it. Everyone's favorite Christmas earworm. And very shortly, there will be an Etoile Christmas cover with BB Luna and Jordan. Will be posted in the next few days, I hope.
Amazing. So go to Instagram, go to YouTube to watch Mikey. But before you do that, please stick around. We're going to do a little holiday-themed lightning round with Mikey. And then we're going to play a Christmas song. Anything except Fairy Tale of New York. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are doing a Christmas-themed lightning round, so it's a little bit different. I'm just going to ask Mikey the questions. He doesn't get to choose out of the bowl, our very lo-fi system, for those of you who've seen it before. Yeah, stocking. Oh, yeah, that would have been cute. I'll get right on knitting one right now. Okay, so 5 holiday-themed Christmas questions. First one is Christmas song that makes you cry.
White Christmas.
Okay. Turkey or ham?
Turkey. But it depends. Felix is ham. But if anybody else makes it, turkey.
Okay. Your favorite Christmas movie?
Jingle All the Way.
Okay.
I know. I wasn't expecting that either. Just popped out.
An unforgettable Christmas season gig moment.
Ooh.
Good or bad? Just memorable.
Memorable. I must have one. Right? I don't know. They all just blur into one these days. I mean, there's one I played I can't really say where it is because I'll get in trouble, but I played they planned this Christmas festival. Oh, I've got a better one anyway. They planned this the bad one. They planned this Christmas festival and they'd spent a fortune on this ridiculous 100-foot tree that they brought in. And they hired Big Mouth to play every night. And I think we played something like 30 dates there. And no one ever came, ever. It was the maximum attendance was 10 people every night. It was this idea for a Christmas market, but it was just beautifully executed. So much money was wasted and no one ever came. Best one was probably the Rugby Sevens was Christmas. I didn't know why that one didn't pop straight in there. Playing my own original song at the Rugby Sevens in front of a very large audience was a very cool one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What's a Christmas song that you're sick of playing?
Mariah Carey.
Definitely. Sorry, Mariah.
Yeah. Mariah Carey. It's between Mariah Carey and Last Christmas. Last Christmas, I love the song, but nobody can ever properly play it. The original, sorry. People can do an interpretation of it, but to try and do the record is really hard because there's no bass on it. It's just keyboards and fake drums. And nobody can really sing like George Michael. And apart from anything else, there's 4 chords in the entire song and it goes on for 8 minutes. I love it, but it's everybody plays it. It's including me, and it's just done. Yeah.
Which is why we redid it. We have a different version, which Mikey plays with us on, and it's way more fun. We made it fun.
It is very good. Excellent. The best version ever.
Yeah. Best version ever. Yeah. So I know this is more than 5 questions, but I had more. 2 more. It's a very personal one, Mikey. What's your rate for Christmas Day as a ratio? You don't have to tell me how much you charge, but compared to your regular weekly gig rate.
So this is a tricky one because it's gone up over the years as I get older and as my time with my son changes.
Right.
To get me to leave the house on Christmas morning to leave my child my Christmas rate has to be at least 2.5 what I normally charge.
Okay.
Double to 2.5.
Yeah.
Like it's got to make it worthwhile missing those moments as he gets older.
Agreed. And last one, we talked about when your tree used to go up, December 1st.
Yep.
When do you take it down?
Has to be before January the 6th, 12th day of Christmas.
Okay.
That's bad luck, right? If you don't take it down before January the 6th, it's bad luck for the whole year.
Sure. Okay. I never heard that.
Right.
Learning all kinds of Christmas traditions today.
That's why you've got me twice on your podcast. You got bad luck for last year, leaving it until March.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this year's holiday edition of the Lady J podcast. But don't go anywhere just yet. We are going to figure out a song together that is apparently not Last Christmas because Mikey is sick of it. Not All I Want for Christmas Is You, and not Fairy Tale of New York. Oh my gosh, there's almost nothing left. No, there's still loads. We will figure something out. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Merry Christmas.
All right, everybody, welcome back. So we have had a chat and we are deciding that we're going to do a Chuck Berry Christmas classic. Mikey is on acoustic bass and we've dragged Felix out from behind the camera, slapped some reindeer antlers on him, and he's going to give us some slide guitar. It's very funky. So here we go.
Take the freeway down. Oh, run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm really like a merry-go-round. Santa to a boy child, what have you been longing for? Well, now all I want for Christmas is a rock and roll electric guitar. And then away went Rudolph, whizzing like a shooting star. Said, run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gonna make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he should take the freeway down. Yeah, run, run, Rudolph, I'm really like a merry-go-round. Yeah. Said Santa to a girl child, what would please you most again? An electric piano now, Santa, don't you forget. Jet. Whoa, I said, run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gonna make it to town. Come on, Santa, make him hurry, tell him he should take the freeway down. Come on, run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm really like a merry-go-round, go round, oh yeah, go round, say.
The Lady J podcast is hosted and produced by Janelle Thomas. It's filmed, recorded, and edited by Felix Frechette, who also wrote the theme song. Technical assistance provided by Theo Frechette. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave us a review on Spotify or drop a comment on YouTube. For inquiries, please reach out to me, Lady J, at ladyjmusic.com.